Hey there, I've had another fantastic question come in. This one's coming from Lisa, and Lisa asks, how often should I be posting to Instagram and Facebook, and should I be posting simultaneously to both platforms? So I'm going to answer the second part of this question because I think this is one that I see a lot of people really struggling with is, should I be posting the same thing at the same time to both Instagram and Facebook? The answer to that question is there are a couple of little elements you need to consider here. The first of which is if you do decide to post simultaneously to both platforms, you need to always be customizing your post for the platform. So what I mean by that is I definitely do not believe it's a great idea to post a post to Instagram and hit that button to share directly to Facebook. The reason for this is because when you're posting to your main feed, your posts will be optimized differently for each platform. So Instagram is a different platform and operates differently to Facebook. Even though they're both owned by Facebook now, Meta, they're both owned by the same place, they operate in different ways. And if you hit that button to share a post across from Instagram directly to Facebook, Facebook knows that you didn't optimize that post for its platform, and it's not going to show it to as many people or perform as well typically as it will if you go out of Instagram and post it directly to Facebook. So always post your feed post directly to the relevant platform. It will take you a few seconds longer, but it's well worth the extra bit of effort. So the first thing is definitely make sure you're posting to Instagram separately to posting to Facebook. Now, as far as the same time goes, I think this one comes down to paying attention to what's working on your pages. I think where I want to go with this question is probably more to ask why you're doing it. Because often what happens is I think people try to be good at everything, they end up being good at nothing. So my question to you will be, where are your ideal customers hanging out? Are they spending time on Facebook or are they spending time on Instagram? And when they're spending time on each of those platforms, what are they doing? How are they using those platforms? Because I almost guarantee you they won't be using them in the same way, which answers your question right there, that you shouldn't be posting to them in the same way. So remember that Instagram is all about image first, text second. In fact, the text is really an afterthought. And if they go to your Instagram feed, they're not going to see the text at all in your grid. They're just going to see that image and they won't see the text till they click the image to see a little bit more. Facebook is pretty well the opposite. You've got your text first and your image second. So what you're going to be able to do is utilize both of those effectively on Facebook. And on Instagram, you want to really make sure you're grabbing attention using your image. So you can get away with a lot more with your images on Facebook than you can, I feel, on Instagram. That image needs to be key and it needs to work in order to get their attention. So straight away, you can see there's a couple of key differences here in the way that you use each platform. Now, I do put some of the same content on both platforms, but I will always customize it accordingly. However, I would encourage you to think about what your strategy is for Instagram, what your strategy is for Facebook, and tailor it to suit each platform and what your customers are doing on both. If that sounds like a little bit too much work, then perhaps put your attention into focusing on the platform that's going to get you the greatest result and is going to put you in the path of your target customer. You don't need to be good at everything right now. You just need to master the one lowest hanging fruit here that's going to help you to connect with your ideal customer the fastest and in the best way possible. So my question to you would be, which of those platforms would it be for you? Now, if you're thinking, look, I just want to have a little bit of a presence on Instagram, then that's fine, go for it. Post the same content on both platforms, but just be aware you're not going to get the same interaction, the same level of potential reach by doing that because you're not putting separate thought into the strategy that you're using on each platform. Again, they're used differently, so just be aware of that. But I'm going to just remind you as I wrap up on this one, please make sure that you do. If you are going to post the same content on both platforms, just tailor it. Make sure that you take out your hashtags when you post it on Facebook. Check any at mentions you've made on Instagram versus Facebook, because they won't carry across, and then go ahead, post your posts. So guys, my biggest recommendation here, consider your strategy. What are you using Facebook for? What are you using Instagram for? How do you need to tailor it to reach your ideal customer best? And then allocate the right amount of time to help you achieve that. So I hope that this has been helpful today, guys. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sending that question in. Keep your questions coming, guys. I love jumping in here to answer them. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now. You've been asking us loads of awesome questions, and if you'd love to get more of this, then join us inside of our Facebook group, where we're going to spend more time helping you up your game on social media for your direct selling business. Join us on the inside. Click on the link below.